Hello, my dear friends. Welcome. Welcome to this edition of Elite Dangerous Daily. Today, we're going to continue to do some mining, some merit mining, because I need to collect as many materials as possible so I can do some engineering on this one tune. So welcome and join me as I mine for platinum. Now the title of this broadcast also says, "Where's the beef?" So we're going to continue our conversation as to what uses the Nomad has, or can we do without a very, very expensive ship. The vessel itself, I believe, is overpriced. At 60,000 for the galactic version for a little tiny ship, because it opens up into the first ever ship interiors. And not really ship interiors, because you cannot get up while you are flying. Well, I think that's too expensive. And so I looked again. I had I don't know who, Jurassic Acid Gaming. I watched his stream and he went over a couple of things. There's another scanner, data link scanner. So it has two scanners. One is the surface scanner, another one is a data link scanner. Why they chose a data link scanner, I do not know. I really don't know. In any case, I do have enough to buy the galactic version, but I'm hoping that they decide to put it on sale on the 30th. Because it's seriously overpriced. Seriously overpriced. Anyway, hello, how are you? Good to see you. We're going to do some mining. Why? Because we want and need materials, lots of materials. I need to do some engineering on this account because I am going to take Dragster out into the void. So I need to have one very good main account in the bubble. Now this one's the closest one to being almost finished. So we're going to mine in HR6421 and deliver in Jaitabos. I did apply for the partner program, and as a partner, and I promised this to you and to FDev, that I will rip apart any new ship that they actually bring and test it out in every possible scenario. But it seems that the ship can land absolutely anywhere, even sideways. Another partner actually tried a sideways landing. I don't know how many sideways landing I actually attempted, but I guess that's a good thing. So what are you using the Nomad for? I ask people to leave a comment and tell me. Are you going to have a dedicated Caspian that's going to do exploration, and you're going to use the Nomad for exploration only? Now, I was a little bit disappointed because I was expecting FDev to fix the problem they caused by changing the collision of the ground so that now limpets go straight through it and you cannot collect cannot collect stuff off the trees. Now, I still have hope that we can pick materials off of trees, just like we did with the eggs. That would be actually fantastic. The Ulster says, to be honest, I'm not even sure if I'm going to use the Nomad because I'm exploring in a Dolphin. It already lands in most places that I need to. That's very good. Actually, for the sake of science and for the sake of the partner program, I will buy the Nomad. And probably this will be the first time that I buy a galactic version. Yes, that means I will spend 60,000 arcs on it unless by some chance they put it on sale. Why? Because it has a nice spiffy little interior. And I do like that science lab look. I was going to make a dedicated exploration ship. It is heavy though, so I'm hoping for engineering. I'm hoping they unlock that for engineering so that we can lighten up the SLV bay. It is a heavy bay, and in case of exploration, you do not want to have heavy. But if I take it out with my fleet carrier, then it doesn't matter. We did some exploration last weekend. We did about 1 billion. I need about 4.4 billion to hit elite. Yeah, there's some massive numbers after elite. To actually hit Elite 5, you need like 36 billion or 31 or 32 billion, something like that. That is a lot of exploration. A lot. My goal is to hit Elite 5. Exploration, and exobiology, and all of the stats. Operations coming on the 30th. I know I've been like a crier. Yeah, I've been telling you guys, fix your equipment. Make sure you have one of each. You want to have one of each. Artemis suit. Maverick suit, and of course combat suit. So make sure you have one of each for the new operation. Let me turn on the sound a little bit. It sounds like it's too loud. Did I get lipids? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna test out all the versions, but I don't understand why they would put a data link scanner on it. The thing is like a wet noodle. If it gets it Mars Europe, who has the Ghost Giraffe channel, fired at it with just a regular pistol and blew it up. So maybe they will change that. They will change the how weak it is, because it's very weak right now. So if you're doing data link scan for any reason on a surface, you're gonna be fired on you're gonna be fired upon. So it's not a good thing. But it has a data link scan and a regular scanner for surface. as I said yesterday in the broadcast, I don't know how long you've been actually exploring, but after a while you form an eye for what you're looking for. So you don't really need the scanner, but I told Kix that I believe it's for new guys, for new people coming into the game. You know? Though I wanted to see a change in materials, you know, like a way to pick up materials, that was disappointing that it cannot pick up materials. It doesn't have a cargo scoop. No cargo scoop. So I think that FDev needs to fix that. No cargo scoop. Can you imagine that? No cargo scoop. I don't think we have a ship that has no cargo scoop in the whole game. We don't have a ship in the whole game that does. The SRVs have cargo scoops. Every ship in the game has a cargo scoop. This does not have a cargo scoop. So I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I seriously don't know what they're thinking. Why it doesn't have a cargo scoop? Maybe because it doesn't have cargo. It doesn't hold any cargo. I don't know. But you got SRV that has a cargo scoop. Scarab. Scorpion. No cargo scoop on this ship. Why, I don't know. Has 2 lasers, fixed pulse lasers. You don't go fighting with these fixed pulse lasers because you'll get blown out of the sky. Seriously. So, in my opinion, it's all just fluff. It's just a ship it's an extension of the Caspian Explorer, because that's all it is. It's nothing else. Okay, it's just fluff. There's no use for it, because you can use, like Alistair says, he's using his dolphin. I use my Cobra, or I can use an adder. You know, at least I can put shields on it, and it's pretty well protected against gunfire. At some point I will go down, but I still can take a few shots before the shields go down. No shields, right? Does it have shields? No, it doesn't have any shields. I don't remember seeing shields. So that's the situation, guys. I don't know if I can honestly recommend that you buy this ship. Do you want to buy this ship for what reason? When there are other ships you can actually use. The Mandalay. Okay, it kind of eliminated the Mandalay. You know, why do they why do they give us the Mandalay and gave us all these things for the Mandalay? Now we can't use the Mandalay. Or it's replaced. Not that we can't use it. We can still use it. We use any ship in the game. But the Mandalay. So that's the situation. But I'm curious where the second ship is, because they said 2 ships in June. 2 vessels in June. Does that mean that they're counting the runner as a ship, even though it is frontline use? Only frontline can use it? Or are we getting the possibility of, is it possible for us to purchase the runner? That's a good question. So what's the situation with that? Where's the second ship? Or is the second ship the runner? Or maybe we haven't seen it yet because it's gonna be out next week. Surprise, here's the second ship. You know? Any case, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I do want to have all the kits for it, and so I'm gonna buy the. I'm probably gonna buy. I'm not sure the galactic version. Why not? Go out exploring in style. Not that I need it, because I have ships that I explore with. And again, I never use Caspian to explore. Not exobiology. Not exobiology. Anyway, I hope you're all doing alright. Hope you have some of you are on vacation. Ricardo's on vacation. He says he's going to be back by the 30th. I'd like to see that guy stream. You know, we all have problems, and some of us have worse problems than others. But I like to see this guy's face. Makes me happy. It makes me happy to see Ricardo. It really does. It really does.
Prospector limpet engaged.
He's a good guy.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
Maybe they'll come out with different versions like later. Maybe this time around, on the 30th, we'll actually have two versions of the Nomad. We haven't seen a second version. I'm thinking there's something that they haven't showed us yet. I really do. I really do think there's something they haven't showed us yet. Because it's... I was expecting just a little bit more than what we got. I knew we were going to have ship interiors. I said so on June 3rd. The picture came out June 2nd for the Nomad. I said June 3rd we're going to have ship interiors, right? Because it's pretty easy to go from the cockpit to the little lab area and then outside. And then I was sure of that. I was hoping for more on the collection side for materials. Seriously. That's a big deal. And everyone they are on the forums complaining about that. They are. All they have to do is just make him like the eggs. Collect the materials like we did with the eggs. That would be fun. That would be super fun. But we don't know. We do not know what's going to happen. Do not know. What I would like to see, though, I would like to see reinvestment of the monies that they make off Elite back in Elite. That's what I would like to see. Hey, Tom, how you doing, buddy? Because I really don't think they're investing that money that they're getting from Elite back to Elite. They're actually putting it in other games. I'd like to see more content. More content. Now, I've often said that ships are content, but I don't know. Let's see what happens with this wonderful ship called the Nomad. We'll see what happens with it. Don't know what's going to happen with it. At least hire some more coders and fix the problems in the game.
Collector limpet expired. Collector limpet expired.
When there's a possibility of doing mining for merits, I suggest that you do that. In the description, there are some tools you can use. One of which is meritminer.ai or something like that. It's on the list. Merit Miner. You can use that to find locations for your faction to actually go and mine for merits. When you can, do that. It's not that often you can actually mine for merits. And it gives you a good source of materials, so you don't have to use your SRV and jump on trees. Bad gameplay. Bad gameplay. SRV jumping. Tree jumping with SRV is not something I like at all. In any case, meritminer. I think it's .com, I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, meritminer.cc. Meritminer.cc. Great tool. Great tool. Great tool. So, use it for mining, use it for leveling your tune. Why should you be in a faction? Well, you got all these wonderful modules, like for instance the Imperial Hammer, which is just an amazing weapon. And there's nothing else I love more than the Imperial Hammer. Well, actually, I do. The shock cannons. The shock cannons are phenomenal. You are hyped for the Nomad? Hello, Diamonders. I don't know if I'm hyped. I don't think I'm hyped. It does have a bug. If you're in an atmosphere, if you're on a surface where the actual gravity is 0.08, it doesn't seem like you can take off. So one of the Jurassic Acid Gaming actually found. No. Who was it? Somebody else found that out yesterday. So I'm sure they reported it. I'm sure they will fix it before launch. Yeah, but you can't take off from 0.08 gravity, which is strange because you figure you can take off from that, not a heavier one. Yeah, we'll see. My plan is right now is to buy the galactic version. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna buy, but it has all the goodies, you know. And I was gonna make a dedicated exploration Caspian because I already have a dedicated. So I'll probably have 3 Caspians. One to do Suntil runs and do cargo hauling. Second one will be for combat, of course. I love my Caspian destroyer. And third will be for exploration. Yeah. It sucks to be you. I'm joking. I'm joking. You can buy whatever version you want. If you guys know, I normally buy the standard version because most of the modules inside for engineering cannot be replaced once you drop them. So, but in this case, there are no modules. It's non-engineerable, so that's why I'm buying the. I'm probably gonna buy the galactic version. Hopefully they put it on sale. Okay. Dude, it's a freaking beast. But I was getting my ass whooped the other day. I was in a combat zone. I guess the AI learned that I am taking advantage of the combat zone, and they both started to just pound on me. So my shield started slowly going down 60, 50, 40, 30. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get out of here. So I kind of overstayed my welcome, so. But I do like the Caspian destroyer. Anyway, the reason for the Caspian Explorer, I'm gonna actually make an Explorer, is because I'm gonna take Dragster out into the black, and I'll do more exploration videos with that. But I'm gonna take him out into the black to get his exobiology, right? I'm gonna get him to Elite 5 and get the exploration to Elite 5. So, yeah, the interior is only in the galactic version. It's only in the galactic version. I don't know if you can buy it separately. You probably can. I want to say you can. You know? But I want to get that all at once. It does look pretty nice. Some of the interiors are nice. You know? It does look nice. Too bad we can't play in third person. So we can actually see ourselves walking around in the ship. But I do believe, and I said it online, and I'll say it again, that this is the beginning of ship interiors. They're testing this out. They want to see how much fanfare it receives. And then if they make some money off of it, which I think they will, I think there'll be other ships with ship interiors. I think they'll start developing them, and we'll be able to buy kits for it. Okay? We'll be able to buy kits for it. We'll be able to put ship interiors in our ships. But I said that before, and I said it on the third when I actually made the video. You know, and I got reamed by everybody. Oh, ship interiors. No. You know, I always get that. It's just ideas. I brought out ideas, right? I bought my Stellar Caspian with arcs. I can get more for free, right? Yeah. So, but make sure you have, right now it is the 24th. Okay, so make sure that you guys have your suits and your weapons all
Prospector
fixed
limpet
up.
failed. Asteroid scan
As of the 30th, when this drops, I will be doing operations every single day.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Every single day.
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan
Probably
complete.
4 or 5 hours. I'm gonna stream it
Prospector limpet
because I
failed.
want people to know what to do with it. So I want, even if I mess up, I flaw, I fuck up, and I die,
Programming limpet drone.
you'll learn what not to do
Prospector limpet
from my
failed.
mistakes. I've never bought in game more than one version of a ship.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan
All right.
complete. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
Yeah, that's a problem. Well, Diamond, you have stuff on the squadron carrier. You're in our squadron, right? You are, I think. The squadron carrier has a lot of stuff you can use. And if you don't have it, just let me know. I'll help you farm for it. Anyway. Yeah, this account, which is a Japanese name, I renamed her Hatsumi Minako. Hatsumi is going to be my alt when I take out. Well, you should be, Diamond. You should be. I'm Big Daddy Drac. You should be. All the goodies of a squadron is at your disposal. Join me, and we shall rule the galaxy together. This dark side is more powerful than you can ever imagine.
Programming limpet drone.
I would be a good Sith.
Prospector limpet failed. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Yeah, the two Japanese girls that I'm hoping when I go to Tokyo or Kyoto, I go there and I'll meet them is Kanako and Hatsumi.
Engaged.
I have like a ongoing fantasy that one day I'll be walking down the street, I meet them, and hi, I'm Hatsumi and I'm Kanako. I'll be like, what the fuck?
Prospector limpet
Dream come
engaged.
true.
Asteroid scan complete. Flight assist on.
Oh, you Dragster. You big man. We watch your video all day long.
Collector limpet expired.
What am I doing? Collect Olympus Spire. Joining the cult OG Grom. Oh, you're not in Grom yet, or any. It doesn't matter what faction, but you guys should join a faction. Get your level 100 as fast as possible. You see me doing mining for merits, right? You see me how fast I get level 100.
Programming limpet
Do level 100 so you can get those weapons, man. Not only that, but you get a whole bunch of materials. A whole bunch of materials that you're gonna need for engineering.
limpet drone.
Okay?
Programming
So okay, you're not in my squadron, but you can get
limpet drone.
level. I think about 150 you'll have everything you'll need for your ship and your suits and your weapons.
Programming limpet
About
drone.
150.
Programming limpet drone.
I should do what you do. Yeah, the reason I do that is to kind of give you. I lead by example. This is a great way. Right now, Kanako was level 125. Now she's level 247. And this is in how many days? Today is Wednesday. Tuesday, since Saturday. In 4 days, I leveled to 122 levels. Okay? It's not hard. It's not real hard work either to do that. But the thing that you're going to get is the materials. You're going to get the you saw me fighting with the Caspian Destroyer. I was using engineered Imperial hammers. Okay, engineered Imperial hammers. I was using engineered Imperial hammers. Come on, man. Seriously. You have some great weapons in the roster in that they offer you. You have the prismatic shields. You have the pacifiers. There's a lot of stuff you can use for combat. Okay? So, and then you got materials. Materials help you put your suits together. And I'm always offering people, if they need materials, to let me know. I'll help them out. Where am I getting all these materials from? I had 30,000 tons. I had to sell 10,000. There was 30,000 tons on a squadron carrier. Okay? I had to sell 10,000. So I still got 20. So where am I getting all this from? It's all this merit mining that I'm doing. Okay? So you guys have to, I'm trying to lead by example. This is the best way of doing it. I play the game since day one, and I always refuse to do power play or engineering. The power play help you get the materials, which I hate. I hate more than root canal with anesthesia to go do material farming. Okay? I really was hoping that the Nomad had a way of collecting materials from the brain trees without having to use the SRV, but it has no cargo scoop. No cargo scoop. I have no clue why it has no cargo. Every ship and every vehicle in the game has a cargo scoop except the Nomad. So I'm really hoping that they can change that we can jump around and we can collect the brain stuff off of brain trees. But last night I thought about it. They really need to open up the game to modders. If they do that, this game will be fixed and changed right away. And they'll get more people playing this game than they can ever imagine. Seriously speaking. Like the one thing about brain trees, like we can't collect materials off of brain trees just by jumping around on them. We have to use SRV. Why? The SRV collects the materials, and where does the material go? In our inventory. Where's our inventory? In our backpack. So it's like we need the SRV to put the materials in our backpack. Does that make sense to you? Why not just collect them directly? I just pick them up with my hand. In any case, yeah, get that stuff done, man. If you need any material whatsoever, I can help you out. Make a list, and I'll put up for sale on the squadron carrier. And plus, I don't want to join a squadron and just use your guys and farm resources to level myself. I would feel, shut up. Give me a break, Diamond. Dude, I just told you I sold 10,000 tons of it. So it's either I want to give it to you with no refunds needed, because it's just excessive. I have too much. And I have more. This is going to have I don't know how many boxes, 120 boxes. My main guy has that many too. It doesn't matter, dude. You know, why would you feel bad? Why would you feel bad if I want to do that for you? Why would you feel bad if I want to do that for you? If I'm saying to you, take him, please. Yeah, it's kindness plus I just want to get rid of them because there's too many of them. So, but also, you know, if you're gonna join us in the game, because Jasper is a kick-ass combat soldier. The guy is just awesome. So I'm probably gonna team up with Jasper when he's on, and then you gotta have your stuff ready, dude. You just gotta have your stuff ready. You don't want to join the squad. You didn't join our squad. Why not? Take my shit, please. I farmed for Joey. I farmed for Corvus. I farmed for Kicks. I farmed manufacturing instructions. Remember the video I showed you? I did that day. I did 70 manufacturing instructions. I handed them out to everybody. You know, no refunds required. No refunds. No returns. Just here you go. For me, I enjoy farming for manufacturing instructions, so it's like a gambling thing I have. You know, so don't worry about it. You know, don't worry about it. I help everybody. And all you have to do is say thank you. That's it. That's the only thing. Just say thank you. It'll make me happy that you're ready for combat, because let's say we do play together and we hit one of those combat zones and your stuff is all set. I'm happy about that. And you don't end up dying, you know? Because I want to tell you something. The actual instance gets harder with more people that are in it. So for instance, if you don't hold up your own because your equipment is not upgraded, you know, the instance is still counting you in that instance. So they are harder. Like when I was playing by myself in a high intensity combat zone, it wasn't as hard as when Jasper came in and started playing with me. It was actually harder when Jasper came in. So it'd be better that you get your stuff together. Yeah, of course it is, dude. Who are you gonna join? You join with friends, dude. You're my compadre. You're my friend. Of course you'd play with friends, you know? You know, sometimes I've been cranky lately. You guys know I've been cranky because of my condition. You know, I don't want to use the C word, you know, but it's the big C. And I'm doing better. I'm almost done with my treatment. And they don't know whether they're going to operate because it's in the area where it's at. It's kind of risky. So they need to pull out some lymph nodes. They don't know if they're going to do that or not. They're just going to monitor me. So, you know, I've been dealing with that, right? And I was cranky. I was cranky with Corvus. I was cranky with Joey. And I tried to explain that to these guys, but I guess it didn't matter. But I was, you know, when you face the big C, you kind of like get scared, so you don't know what's gonna happen. Anyway, Drac, that is totally fine. You're going through a rough period, and it's sad that some people don't understand. Yeah, dude, you know, I get it. You know, no one wants to share in that shit. So try to keep optimistic and try to keep positive. It's a good diagnosis. His prognosis is good, so it's not like You know, I was scared there going into it for a little bit, but now I'm not scared anymore. Things are okay. So we'll see. You know, we shall see. But this keeps me happy, you know, streaming with you guys, being on being in game, streaming, talking to you folks, you know, sharing the game with you. This makes me happy. So it's like I really enjoy it. Hey, and we've done very, very well. I mean, the channel now is at, let's see, as of today, we have 1,867 subscribers. That's phenomenal. You know, we got like 100,000 views in 1 year. We started slow, of course, but we're starting to kick it up a notch. 36,000 views in the last 28 days. So that kind of makes me happy, you know. It's like seeing this is like, yeah, yay. You know? Yeah, so it's pretty damn good. So, and I haven't monetized yet. So you can monetize at 1,000, but I haven't done that yet. I don't know if I'm ever gonna monetize it because it's not for. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it to make money. That's a lie. I shouldn't lie. It would actually help because I can buy equipment. I can buy stuff if I. So that's a lie. I'm not doing it for the money, but it would be cool if I did receive something so I can. Like I think my microphone is on, but I don't need money. I was like. You know, but I'm not doing it for the money. I think everybody says that. Doesn't everybody say that? I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for the love of the game. Dude, I love this game. I'm so serious about it. And I wish I could actually join the team at FDev and kind of help them code it and just like help them with ideas. I really want to really wish I could do that, man, because I would love this game. Yeah. No, I got some pretty badass PCs, man. I got one that would cost me $5,000 to build in the States and one that would cost $7,000 to build in the States. Oh shit, I think I did too many collector limpets. Yeah. So I have some good PCs. I have some good equipment. I think either the cable to my microphone is going bad or the microphone is going bad. You pick up this sound. It sounds like it's whining. The other day it was like doing it really bad. So I don't know what's going on with that. So we're gonna have ship interiors on the 30th. Oh Jesus, what did I do? Okay, so when this happens, what you can do is two things. I have two games I love. I can't. Oh, okay, it expired. That's cool. I have two games, and we'll never put aside one is Final Fantasy 4. I saw that you're playing Final Fantasy 14. I saw that. I don't really have another game. I'm a very monogamous player. I want to use that word, monogamous, because it's like I just can't commit to another game. Even though there are plenty of games that you can do, like base building, and I like base building, right? Obviously. Oh crap! I just remembered. I have to finish I gotta finish a T2. Oh my goodness. I think I got a week left. Anyway, yeah, so like I love base building, I love exploration. Yeah, I love fantasy and sci-fi too. Same. I love it.
Asteroid scan complete.
I was into Dungeons and Dragons for 13 years. 13 years. I played it for 13 years. I mean, religiously played it for 13 years. and it went to pay to play almost, because it was free to play, then it went to pay to play in a sense. You had to actually do certain things to skip, like we have the skip build for the Dodec. It had skip like that, and you can skip leveling with certain items. It just got too much. It got too much. So I said, no, I don't want to play anymore. And then nobody was playing. Everybody left the server. It was only like me and this one guy, Keith. And then he joined another guild, and I'm like, I'm by myself now. So I decided to quit. And that was it. It was like after 13 years. Then I played No Man's Sky. But No Man's Sky is, I want to say, a little childish. You know, like for kids. Like it really is. It's cool. I like it, but it just doesn't fit my personality. Starfield was a complete waste of money, even though I like some of the things in Starfield. And actually, when I build my own game, I would love to implement those things in my game. So, Scam Citizen, well, that's just not worth even a dime. But Final Fantasy free trial till the Shadowbringer expansion. Oh, okay. This summer I'm gonna work on some games. Yeah, I'm not too much into story. I'm more like into, let me just play, and that's it. I'll do missions and such, but I don't like stories. Like, Star Citizen has Starfield has that. It's like our role-playing game. Yeah, so a lot of people like the role-playing stuff, and they like stories. I couldn't get into Cyberpunk because of that. Too much story. You're like watching a movie and stuff. It's not really like playing a video game. But that's why I stuck with Elite. Only issue I have with Elite is that you can't have multiple saves on one account. That's what sucks. You keep on, I keep on having to. If I want to start a new save, I have to start a email and blah blah blah. It's torture, dude. It really is. They really need to fix that from day one. You can't have multiple saves on one account.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Pretty nice.
Programming limpet drone.
But I'm a one game kind of
Prospector
guy.
limpet failed.
We'll see what happens. Like I keep saying on the server, I on this podcast, or whatever you want to call it, podcast. I'm gonna build my own game eventually.
Programming limpet drone.
As soon as I get back home, I'm gonna just start designing it, start hiring people, start doing kind of a video for gameplay, try to raise some money, start a studio,
Bit engaged.
all the fun stuff. I'm a very good organizer and manager and all that. So it won't be very hard for me to put something together. If I have the talent, I can create the game. But it's definitely going to be a space game to rival Elite Dangerous, No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, Starfield. So, a lot of detail. I want to put a lot of detail in it. So, I'm actually going to work in C++ and Unreal Engine this summer. Here in China, I have to give people vacations, long vacations. So starting July, the office is going to be half empty for 2 months, all the time. So I might take a vacation myself and just do some coding. Get some things together. It's not hard once you figure stuff out. It's not hard to do stuff. Yeah. I liked in Starfield. I don't want to say Starfield was a complete bust, but I did like the ship to ship combat in a sense where they hooked with each other. They hooked onto each other, and you can fight. Ship interiors was ship fighting, interior fighting. So you would fight in a weightless 0G through the ship, fighting the other people inside the ship. That was great. And then once you killed everybody and you killed the captain, you took over the ship, it was yours. That was great too. That was actually fantastic. You know, I think that's a great feature. Shipbuilding was great too. They didn't actually do a good job with the base building. But you were able to own your own apartment as soon as you actually... You can have an apartment. You can buy an apartment in the game. You would have an apartment. Then it would have a store. You can storage. You could put stuff in there. You can upgrade your materials using equipment. But that's something we don't have in Elite. Something we don't have. You know, Starfield does do that, but their travel, their space, all that, the exploration is totally, it's horrible. It's just horrible. Combat was good. You know, I would say it's probably the same as Elite. Combat was good. Star Citizen, and I just wasted my money on Star Citizen. It's horrible. There it goes. The freaking thing is buzzing again. Anyway, I got ganked twice. I bought the simple ship, $45, right? I go in game, so I'm like, let me do some, I guess, some scavenging, right? And it doesn't have night vision. I'm thinking oh no, you have to buy night vision. You have to buy night vision to put on your ship, like 85,000 or something like that for night vision. It's like almost as expensive as the ship. So I didn't have any night vision. I couldn't even go to the planet. I'm trying to scavenge, and then I got ganked twice. I got ganked, blown up, ended up in a med bay twice. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this. What the hell is wrong with this goddamn mic? Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. I smashed it. Smashed the mic.
Programming limpet drone.
Yeah, it's crackling and doing all sorts of things. I think it's the cable, or it could be the box.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
I've had the box on non-stop for a year now.
Limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
Hold on a second, AFK a second.
Programming limpet drone.
Maybe that solved it. Who knows?
Programming limpet drone.
What I liked about No Man's Sky is that they didn't give up on a game.
Programming limpet
They just kept on upgrading, and I gotta say that is exemplary. Okay,
Programming limpet drone.
their foundation was No Man's Sky. They stuck to the foundation. They stuck to the game, and they kept building on it, which Elite should have done. FDev should have done. Because Elite is a great game. It just needs more work. It just needs more work. You know? And yeah, they're doing great. They're popping out DLCs all the time. And, you know, I wish that FDev can follow. You know, not just ships. Treat people like with purses or ATM machines.
Programming limpet drone.
But seriously speaking, it's like No Man's Sky is doing really well. Though I like this game better.
Prospector limpet engaged.
I just wish it had more.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming
And I wish they'd
limpet
listen to the forums, because the guys on the forums, they're very innovative. They come up with great ideas. They do. No, dude, the direction of Frontier is not Elite anymore. It's not their direction. It's not their love anymore. They're falling out of love with their first love. It's like they were married to Elite. They stayed with Elite. Elite made the Frontier, and now they're into animals and Jurassic Park and all sorts of other things besides Elite. Which is sad. Very sad. They've fallen out of love, I think.
asteroid depleted.
They're definitely not listening to definitely not listening to the people online. They should be listening to the players. They should be listening to them. They give lots of suggestions, lots of good suggestions too. I do believe if they actually just let it go into modding and let the modders do the work, and that means free. It's, you know, they don't have to do anything. I think they would actually benefit from it a lot more than holding down the IP and not sharing. I really do think they should go modding, because there's a lot of people who know how to mod, and you know, I even have a team. I could actually just throw mods out there every week. So there are modders. They can actually mod very well, and they could fix the problems that the games have. They can expand the game. We can see Earth-like worlds finally. So I don't know how that would work. Maybe we'd have to shift the game to a private server and then allow for modding. That would be phenomenal. It really would. I would mod. I'd mod every day. I'd mod every week. But all the things we keep asking for Earth-like worlds, this world, this, you know, I want micro-colonization, something to build a base. You know, build a base. Exploration, more than just 12 plants. You know, you have procedural generation. You could use that to actually come up with more than just 12 plants.
Asteroid scan complete.
So, there's a lot you can do if modders took over. I think modding should be something on their to-do list. They can use a private server. I can get a private server together. It's not expensive. And then, you know, the modders can work on the actual game. You know, it would actually benefit Elite if we had modders. They would actually make more money if there was modding, because there's certain things that we can't do. You know, in the game, like even with weapons, new suits. You know, different kind of combat style. I'm looking for a real war, not just settlement war. Like a real war, trench warfare, on a planet. No atmosphere needed, but like there's a couple of hundred on the other side, there's a couple of hundred on my side, and we're just shooting up a storm. So, real warfare. Just a thought. Just I'm thinking out loud, you know what I'm saying? There's so many things you can do if they were modding, if we can mod. And then we can fix the problems that we keep having, because we keep on having technical problems that nobody's fixing, and then we can fix it with mods. The technical problems we can fix with mods. I would, if I was them, here's what I would do. Number one, I'd make it free to play. I'd make the game free to play. There's no reason at this point to be paid to play. Just make it free to play. You got tons of things that people can buy for ARCs online. You know? And then allow for modding. And then the game would be... It would be a phenomenal game. It would. Because modders would actually change the game completely. And I'm not into modding. Yeah, they can, Vlad. They can. You gotta think larger than just the mod itself. The mod transforms the game, making the game different. Okay? So that the player would have an enhanced play time. Okay? Yeah, the Elite would, FDev would benefit from the sales of ARCs, from the sales of the game, but the modders would enhance the game, making gameplay better. Bugs would be fixed, things would be we could be able to land on Earth-like worlds. We can do colonization better. We can do different things, okay, to make the game better. So this will benefit, because then the word gets out that this is a better game now. So people would play more. More people would play, and overall, FDev would make more money. That's the whole point. You know? The whole point is, if you make the gameplay better, that more people will play, and FDev would make more money. That's the whole point. Sometimes you have to just step back and let that happen, and stop being a control freak. If you don't want to fix the game the way the players want, okay, and you just gotta go online at the forums and see what people want. It's there in black and white. But if they don't, if FDev does not want to change the game the way the players want, then let modding happen so the players can change the game. And then this way, FDev will benefit from it. But by micro-controlling the game, you don't give the players what they want. You, after 12 years, you finally do ship interiors. And we still can't land on an Earth-like world. Okay? We still haven't even seen what a Thargoid looks like. Okay? We don't even know what a Guardian looks like. And it's a 12-year game. So think about that. Think about that. It's not hard to kind of like think broadly. You know, I think differently because I'm a C-suite executive. But I think differently. So I think that they would have a different game, and it would be like a brand new Elite Dangerous. It would be like a brand new Elite Dangerous. A lot of people want to do construction, micro construction, base building, right? They're into that. You know, like the Jurassic World, that's a base building game. It's, you know, base building. Planet Zoo, same shit. You're base building in a sense. The different kind of base building. So people want to do base building, but we can't. Colonization is not base building. It's just colonization. It's macro colonization, not micro. So there are things that a modder can do that would make the game fantastic, and people would play it. People would play it. Why is Skyrim? Why is Skyrim still around? Why are people still playing Skyrim? So actually, they could make a lot of money. It would change the game, and people would come and play, and the ARC sales would be a lot higher. More people play them, more ARCs. But again, I think they should do a lot of other things, like pay to skip construction if you're doing colonization. I really do think that's important. Base building, but real base building. Town building. So the game would change. Game changing means that people would play more. More people would play. They would enjoy it. They would look for mods. They would actually go on and say, "Hey man, can you do something like this?" And then, "Oh yeah, we're looking for something like that." Okay. So, but if you're gonna micro control Elite, and you're not gonna give the players what they want, and you're gonna micro control it, you know, again, eventually you're gonna. It's down to you're not gonna have time to actually develop the game, and you're gonna do small little changes here and there. That's it. Modding changes all that. Look at Skyrim. Tell me if I'm not making sense. Skyrim is still around, right? That's a big modder game. Fallout 4. You know, our own Kix loves to play Fallout 4. He's got like 100 mods for Fallout 4. Right? He loves that game. So there's things you can change in the game. Bugs can be fixed. All sorts of things could happen. But if you have your claws in this game, but you still don't actually want to give the players what they want, it only means that you're going to destroy the IP. It does. It just means you're going to destroy the IP. And that's it. That's my thought on that. They can make a ton of money off of it. You kidding? I don't have any more ammo. Let's just go. Let's sell what I got. Anyway, that's my thought. It's just a thought. I was thinking about it today. Modding would actually be a game changer for Elite. It would be a game changer. It's a 12-year-old game. How long are they going to control the development process of this game. They don't even want to develop it. They don't. You can tell by how much money they're dumping into it. They're not dumping any money into it. The major investments that they have is in right now Planet Zoo 2 and Warhammer. And then whatever IP is coming out in 2028. So there's really, you know, we're supposed to have 2 ships right now in June. We only know of 1. So they're not even following their own roadmap. We're supposed to have operations in December. It's now June, 6 months later. Right? So if you don't want to develop it, or you don't want to develop it, then give it to someone else to develop it. And modders can do a very, very good job, I think. You know? I personally don't like modding. I don't. I like to build mods, but I don't like modding. But I don't see Elite, I don't see FDev ever wanting to actually do the development that the actual community wants, they're screaming for. How long have you been playing? This game was dead for years until the microtransactions were boosted by the new ships, which is successful. Have you been following the devlog? The game has only just... Yeah, I've been following the devlog, dude. I've been playing since 2017 when Horizons just came out when I started playing. I remember that, I think. I don't remember. Exactly. Started making money in the last 2 years, 9 million a year. Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Gov. But they gotta put some money into it. They gotta have more developers. Their cash flow on the lead is clean. They don't have any overhead per se. Because I don't think they have a lot of people working. Okay, so if they're spending $1 million on overhead is a lot. Okay, based on the balance sheet they have, most of the money that they're spending is in new development, new game development, and I would say franchise fees. Okay. Yeah, I've been playing since 2017. So it's been better, it's doing well, but I think eventually, you know, people are going to give up, and it just takes one great space game to come out and it'll be over. It'll be over for Elite. So, you know, and people are developing space games. They're doing great. And then what Unreal Engine is doing right now, you can do some really, really good gaming with Unreal Engine. This year they can now success for. See, I'm not criticizing. Don't take me wrong. FDev has done great things in the last 2 years. I think new ships are content. I've been asking why, what you're gonna use the Nomad for, because I think any new ship that comes out is content. Like the Caspian, I didn't use it much at first, but now I'm using it a lot more. So it's content. For me, it's content creation, right? But there are things in the game that needs to change. There are things that they need to add, so they can it can broaden the people that would come in and play this game. VR is a big deal. You can't do Odyssey in VR, so they need to fix that, right? Because I don't think I knew console was going to be a dead end. Anytime you have to pay for a monthly subscription, it's a dead end. So I knew console is going to be a dead end, but VR is not. VR is going to be the big deal, you know. So I think they should work on VR. Okay, and I think they should work on content. They've changed the engine. If you've noticed, Okay. I noticed these things, Gov. The engine has been improved. Like for instance, when Odyssey came out, the span between biologicals was sparse, right? Was wide. Now you have biologicals next to each other. In the brain trees, we had biologicals under the not brain trees, the Radicoida unica. They were right underneath. So they fixed the collision problem that they have with their Cobra game engine, because they did have a collision problem. Okay, so I do think that that's better. Okay, I do think that's better. Yeah, a lot of people want VR on foot, and I don't know when they're gonna actually get that done, but they should actually do. Whoa, 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 whoa! I should actually ask for permission. But it's not. What I'm saying is not a criticism. I'm saying if you're not gonna do what the community wants, and you don't want to put money into this game, then you should let the community fix it. You should let modders fix the game. And modding would actually help the game a lot, I think.
Landing gear deployed.
I'm trying to read and land at the same time. That's never gonna work. I'm gonna blow myself up. Okay. So let's see what we're saying here. Started making money in at least 2 years, 9 million a year. Colonization was massive installation. It's not a criticism of you feeling though. I've been playing since day one. I've never stopped playing, Gov. So I'm playing this game since 2017. So 9 years now. I think we're short term. I think years. Success. Totally understand. I mean, totally messed up VR. I only play in VR. I know people only play in VR too. But you can't do Odyssey in VR. Yeah. They just let the VR team go. Damn right, Unrest, etc. Let's hope they do that. You're for mods. That would be great. However, amount of data held in the game would still require servers unless people were willing to. Gov. I think what the way to solve that is to have private servers. I think the way to solve that is to have private servers. Like you can do mods, like they can control that. They can tell us, hey, it's gonna cost you this much per month, and they can control the private server. Just like we have private groups, we can do private servers. But I think that would control it, and so we can multiplay. Like, I think the modders can fix multiplay. It's completely wacko. Multiplayer is completely wacko. No, I don't. I'm so afraid for operations. I really am so afraid for operations. Yeah, private servers, and the players can join, and we can do like pooling and stuff like that. I'd be willing to pick up the tab for a couple of years and until we have a good group, and then we can spread the cost. But private servers are fine. And they can control the private server. Like you say, okay, this is private server 1, this is private server 2. So you can actually be on that private server with a whole bunch of people, and we can do modding, right? But modding would change the game completely. I think. I really do think so. And I really wish they would actually do that, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? because it doesn't seem that they want to
Incoming message.
put any. It doesn't seem like they're putting any resources in this game. They made 9 million from the game, but they're putting most of the resources in Planet Zoo 2. Like if you Gov, I'm a big I look at spreadsheets all day, right? Because I'm a C-suite executive. So I'm looking at the spreadsheet and it looks horrible. Everybody was like, "Oh, what a great quarter they had." No, they didn't. It's most of the revenue is gone. If they didn't have Elite, they'd be negative cash flow. If they did not have Elite, they would be negative cash flow. But they're not putting any money in Elite. They're putting it in Planet Zoo 2. They're putting in Warhammer. They're putting in a new IP. They're going to come out in 2028. So we get a new ship once in a while, and maybe we'll get this, maybe we'll get that. That's a problem. So if you don't want to give us the attention we want, then you should just hand it over to. You should hand it over to. To modders. That's my thought. Should hand it over to modders. What level are we? 253. Rank 253. So that means 128. 1028795. 128 care packages. That's important. I'm going to keep going. It's just a thought. I'm only throwing it out there because I really do think they're missing the boat, and they want to have complete and utter control of the IP. Okay, but yeah, and then the players are like, we want this, and we keep on asking for stuff. 12 years to get first ship interior ship. 12 years. 12 years. 12 years, dude. I think Braden said we're gonna have ship interiors when the game came out. He said we're gonna have Earthlight World when the game came out. So 12 years. And don't tell me you guys enjoy colonization 15 light years at a time. Okay? Or to be capped. I have a cap. I have a levy on my I build more and more and more, but I don't make any more money. That's amazing. So
Frameshift drive charging.
it's like they're being forced to develop this game, and it's being developed by masochists, not people who actually love the game, play the game, and love the community, and love the people playing this game. It's where's the reward for all this that we're doing right now? Where's the reward for Dodec? We spent $35 to buy a Dodec. Where's the reward for that? So there's a lot of things that people want, and they keep you go to forums, you can see it all day long. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. All I want, Gov, Vlad, is to be able to pick off the materials off the brain trees, just like we did with the eggs in the Radicoida Unica. The same way. E, interaction, right? E, press E and collect the material. Where does it go? It goes in the inventory. Where does it go when you pick it up with the SRV? It goes in your inventory. That's all I want. Can I have that? No. If there were modders, can I have that? Yeah. For sure.
Drive charging.
For sure. I can mod that. Well, my people can, actually. So, let's see. Mod says, what does he say?
2, 1,
I think you have too idealistic vision of mod profitability. Mods are Vlad. I'm not talking about making money off the mod itself, micro. Okay? I'm talking about making money macro. If the game becomes better, the gameplay is better. The modders create some kind of better gameplay whereabout new people coming in are having a better time. The word gets out, people start playing more, people buy more, and FDev will profit from it. They will profit from it. Okay? It's reality. If it's just like buying a car. You can buy a shitty car, you can buy a good car. Okay? Why do people want to buy Mercedes? Because they think the Mercedes is going to last 20 years, 30 years. Why do people want to, why aren't you driving a Yugo? Do you remember the Yugos? Okay, so it's just like that. If the product is great, you're going to buy the product no matter how much it costs. And it becomes popular. It becomes a brand. Oh, Elite Dangerous is a brand new game. It's better than Starfield, better than No Man's Sky, better than Scam Citizen. Oh, we should play Elite. Then the game flourishes, and so FDev makes more money. Right? That's the whole point. They're not going to make money off of individual mods. They're going to make money in general because the game it's better. People playing it better. They're never going to make money off individual mods. They're going to make money off the game because people are enjoying it more. Now I can do micro building. Now I can do Earth-like worlds. Now I can a whole bunch of things could happen. Yeah, I said free to play because people would come and people love free to play. You make more IPs make more money on free to play than they do pay to play when they pay for it, even if it's $10. It's a known fact. If it's free, everyone wants to play it. Everyone wants to see it. And then eventually people start buying arcs and buying stuff from the store. It's just a fact. Okay, you call that idealistic. Well, I don't know how long you've been in business, dude, but I've been in business more than 40 years. So, I think I know a few things. It's almost free anyway. I bought the game for free twice. So what does it matter? What does it matter if it's $10 or free? When it's free, it's under the list of free to play. So people come and play it. And they buy arcs to buy stuff. Well, like for instance, a brand new player would come into the game and he has a whole different things he can actually do. So he's gonna buy a brand new ship. He's gonna buy stuff to play the game. So people will spend the money to start, and they'll spend $20, $30, $40. Okay, but that's why I said free to play. Let me find a nice place to plop down and mine over here. This nice dark patchy area. Yeah.
Cargo scope deployed.
Anyway, enough of that. Dude, you'd probably be the first one to install mods in the game. So don't tell me you wouldn't, okay? Don't tell me you wouldn't. If the game can... If a mod can let you go and colonize an Earth-like world, land on a water planet, you'd be getting it in 2 seconds. Or increase the amount of biomaterial you see on the planet. Density of it. So mods can change the game, make it better. It would make it better.
Programming limpet drone.
And I'm not a mods kind of person. I don't like to play games with mods. But in the sense of Elite, they're not listening to the... They're disconnected from the actual players themselves, from the forums. And there's plenty of people on the forums saying the same thing every single day. Every single day. You know what I'm saying? Every single day there's people on the forum saying, we want this, we want this, we want this, we want this. And they just... FDev put the whole forum thing on ignore. I don't even know why they have forums. Seriously. I don't know who they listen to. But one, I don't think they have enough manpower. I don't think there's that much manpower. If they have 4 to 6 people working on this game, that's a lot. Okay, I think 2 would be the graphics design people, 2 maybe coders, and but I don't think there's that many people working on this game. So read again. I can't imagine me installing a game and buying something I can get from Nexus Mods. Yeah, but certain things that they have in the store, right? You're not going to be able to mod. You know, like they have those things in the store. There might be an agreement that you don't create your own ships, you don't create your own guns or whatever. I'm saying the gameplay itself, like landing on worlds, Earth-like worlds, you know, different things, like even collecting the materials from brain trees. Just that in itself, I would like to see a mod for. And why not? Let's say a modder creates a better ship than FDev does. Can't FDev absorb that into the game? Pay the modder something that he did such a good job and get some money for it. So there's a million possibilities, dude. We can't just you can't stay in a box. You gotta be open-minded. There's a gray area when it comes to stuff like this. So you gotta think multi-dimensional. The game is 12 years old. They don't want to invest any more in it. That's a fact. The balance sheet specifically, okay, does not. It shows that it doesn't. They're focused on the future. They're not focused on this game. You know what they are developing are things that they can sell, ships and whatever. They're not gonna develop the game further. We might never see Earth-like worlds. We'll probably close the game down before we even have landable Earth-like worlds. So that's my point. But if they, as a company, if FDev does not want to expand the game, develop the game, listen to the actual forums and listen to the player base, what they want, then open it up and let people fix the problems. That's what I'm saying to you. You're expecting them to do something that they're not gonna do, right? You're expecting them to do something they're not gonna do. Oh, I want them to have ship interiors. I want them to have Earth-like world. I want them to have colonies. I want them to have terraforming. You know, we want all these things, but they're never gonna do that. They're just not. Can't expect them to give us something they don't want to give us. They don't want to do it. They don't want to spend any money in this game. They want to get money from the game until it runs out, until the lifespan finishes. And that's it. After that, they can focus on Planet Zoo 2, Planet Zoo 3, Roller Coaster, Planet Roller Coaster 2, 3, 4, 15. Because that's really successful.
Asteroid scan complete.
It's just an idea, man. You know, it's just an idea. Just an idea. So. They don't want to hire the coders. They don't want to hire the teams to make the game better. They say, okay, it's 12 years old. Where our direction is towards zoo and managing. What do they call it? CMS or what do they call that shit? I don't even know. I don't even give a shit. But they're doing just one type of game. That's what they want to do. You know, let's build parks. You know, and I can't blame them. There are people who love that stuff. I love base building, and I love like settlement building. So, one game I play is Settlement Survival, right? But I can only play like 2-3 hours, and I give up. It's like it's not continuous gameplay. It's not like something. It's not like something I can play forever. You know. So I purchase the game for $10. I play a little bit, then I give it up and I move on. I think the alternative would be for if they don't want to make the changes that would make the player base happy. Listen to the player base. And if they don't want to do that, they should just sell the IP. Sell it. Move on. You've changed the company so much. Now you're into Jurassic and you're into zoos and animals because Zoo Boy changed the actual company from spacefaring games to zoos because he's a zoologist. Then move on, sell the IP, let it go in the hands of somebody that wants to actually fix it, change it, make it better, make the game wonderful. You know? don't keep the player base hostage, because that's all they're doing. They're keeping the player base hostage because they don't want to give us what we want, but they don't want to sell the IP either. They're just keeping us hostage. And eventually a great space game is going to come along and it'll be the end of the league. It will be the end of the league. Promise. Who knows? I might be the one who builds the great space game. Who knows? One thing I would do is I would definitely listen to the player base, because they're the customers. They're the ones buying the stuff. They're the ones buying my arcs. I need to listen to the player base. That's the problem with software companies. They don't listen to the people that are buying their shit. So and you know, there was an adage, and the old adage is the customer is always right. But you're damn right, the customer is always right, because if there's no customer, there's no company. So bottom line is, eventually, people like myself who have the money to put in a couple of $100 a month into the game, we're gonna walk away, go somewhere else, go somewhere where I'm actually appreciated. You know, that's the bottom line. Just go somewhere else. Customer's always right. Because without the customer, you have no game, you have no company.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
And all I'm saying is I'm protecting the players, dude. Because there's an outcry. And I'm crying too, because there's certain things that I want more gameplay. I want more stuff to do.
Prospector limpet
You know,
engaged.
I do. How many people do you know go out to the geological sites and farm the stuff in the geological sites? Yesterday I hit up or the day before yesterday, when I was doing colonization, I hit up a system and it had about 10 geological all the 10 planets had geological sites on them. How many people actually do geological sites? Not many. Okay, Vlad. Then you shouldn't start your own. If you believe that, you shouldn't start your own company. Seriously. You have to listen to the player base. You have to. Period. They're the ones paying for all the shit that you're making. So, this is not Russia. This is America. This is global capitalism. The client buys and pays for the stuff that you make. If you do not listen to what the client wants, you will not have a client. They'll move on. Period. If the overall consensus on the boards, the forums, are we want ship interiors, they should have ship interiors 10 years ago. If the overall consensus on the board is we want Earth-like worlds, we want to be able to land on, is that they should have that 10 years ago. If you do not listen to the player base shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks, and then it's gone. And then another game will come along and they will buy that one. It's called capitalism. I don't know if they have that in Russia, but in the rest of the world, they call it capitalism. People will go to other things to buy. Okay, they will buy other things. Okay? They will buy other things. They will move on. Okay? So if you don't listen to your clients, then you're not going to have any clients. It's basic capitalism. Okay? Supply. There's a demand. When the demand is high, when the demand is good, demand for the game is great, it's because the game is fantastic. Okay? The people at Hello Games and No Man's Sky, they know what they're doing. They made the game that so well that the demand is high for that game, right?
Programming limpet drone.
Well, if they're not adding stuff to this, then bye-bye. Bye-bye. Like people, yeah, they're saying NPCs. People want NPC players to help them in colonization. How hard is that to do? How hard is that to code? Okay? I don't personally like the 15 light year shit with colonization. I don't like the cap on colonization, on the money making part of it. But the fact is, if you're not listening to the player base, that's when everything goes awry. Then the people who are actually have the money, they're not going to pay for that anymore. They're not going to pay for your shit anymore. They're going to move on. The demand leaves the game. No more demand. Okay? So that's that. And loyalty is rewarded. Loyalty is rewarded. Okay? So if you do not reward loyalty, and you have a bunch of loyal people still stuck to this game, you do not reward them, they will stop being loyal. Period. It's a fact. People are bitching about colonization. They want NPCs to move some of their stuff, right? We want NPCs to move some of our ships. They say that online all the time. Help us to colonize. Right? I say pay to skip. That will help a lot of issues. So the fact is they're not listening. That's my point. My point is they're not listening to anybody. They're not investing in the game. They're investing in other things. They think they got a loyal following, like a cult following, but for your information, that dies very quick. It just takes one killer game to come along and take Elite's place. Period. Okay? That's it. And it'll be over. I thought Starfield was going to be the one, to be honest with you. But it wasn't. There's a lot of things that they can do, but they don't do it. Yeah, maybe in Russia that it's exploited, dude. Loyalty has to be rewarded. In capitalism, loyalty needs to be rewarded. Okay? But I'm in charge of teams, I'm in charge of groups, I'm in charge of employees. Loyalty is always rewarded. Okay, and people do things for you when that happens. Now, there's a bunch of loyal players, there's a bunch of loyal people here. Loyalty is rewarded. Okay? Loyalty will be rewarded. If it's not, they move on to something else. Period. Okay? This is not a lecture, but doesn't seem that you understand what it means to have a video game and their loyal following, and you're not actually making these people happy. They're not making the people happy. Okay? Period. I'm happy. I can play this game whether they update it or not. But if you go to the forums, there's a lot of disgruntled people. And I do go to forums and read a lot. And I'm like, they could fix this problem with this. They could fix that problem with this. Right? But they don't. So Yeah, it shouldn't feel like a second job, actually. It should feel like a game you're playing and trying to relax or trying to disconnect. So,
Asteroid depleted.
we'll see what happens. We shall see. Did not know Had Tord is Russian. What? Okay. Whatever. Listening to community is exactly that. That's exactly right, Ian. It's free information. Free ideas. Free ideas, dude. It's exactly right. And if they were more open about it, they would do so much better. It is. It's free ideas.
Programming limpet
I
drone.
mean, if you see the thread just on Raxla,
Prospector limpet failed.
these guys are writing like PhD dissertations. There are some
Programming limpet drone.
really smart people on the forums. Of course,
Prospector limpet
that's not true
engaged. Prospector
overall,
limpet
but
failed.
you have some really great
Asteroid
ideas.
scan complete.
And if you're not taking advantage of it, it's your loss.
Prospector limpet engaged.
That's a problem. Anyway,
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet
let's see how operations fares. But just the other day, I was playing with Vlad. We went into the instance and it just totally froze up. We couldn't finish it.
limpet engaged.
For some reason, we couldn't finish it. I've never seen that before,
Asteroid scan complete.
where we couldn't get people to come in. But that's a, is that a peer-to-peer thing? Is that the Odyssey thing? I don't know what it is, but I'm just praying that they don't have this issue with operations. I really am praying, because it would be a shame.
Asteroid deleted.
It would be a shame. But the peer-to-peer is buggy. Very buggy. I was with Jasper, then Vlad came in. It was just crazy buggy, man. I was like all over the place. With 3 people. I can't imagine 4 people playing. So, hopefully they fixed it, but I don't think they did. It looks like they're doing something with the servers. That they left a note there. They said they're it's a beta. They're beta testing the server for multiplayer, the peer-to-peer. So we'll see if they can fix that issue. They can fix that problem. Yeah, it's beyond mess, dude. It's beyond mess. I've never. That's where I never actually played a lot of multiplayer, because it was just too buggy. And I don't like that. So that's why I said I might do the operations things on solo, just to see how things are, and then maybe I'll play in team.
Programming limpet drone.
But you know what Yamek and Mekin is gonna do to the game if that actually was buggy. Like, you know what they're gonna say? They'll tear it to pieces.
Asteroid scan
They'll
complete.
tear it to pieces. They already tore it to pieces. He's already brought out the issue that he doesn't think that operations will be good because of the peer-to-peer. So
Asteroid depleted. Asteroid scan.
but I was with Vlad, and we got bugged out. The last 6 enemies didn't show up. They didn't come. So I don't know what happened with that. So that's definitely some issue there.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Come on.
Asteroid scan complete.
Yeah, multiplayer is a mess, unfortunately. Ah, dude, you're welcome. I'm so happy for you. Make sure you get that level 100, man. Go to the description. You see merit mining. I don't know what faction you're in. I'm with Grom.
Collector limpet expired.
But you can alter the merit mining to find the locations for you, and you can get
Collector limpet
to 100 rank so you can get all your modules and stuff. That's always my recommendation.
Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet
Because those modules can be very beneficial. Especially my favorite is I told you, it's the Imperial Hammer.
programming limpet drone.
When it's properly
Limpet drone.
engineered, it can be devastating. And you've seen me.
Programming limpet drone.
Yeah, this is gonna reset
Programming limpet
Thursday
drone.
because the actual
Programming limpet drone.
system has enough control points to flip over, so but there'll be others.
Drone.
For Grom, look for systems that do not have, like, you want to undermining actually is even better if you can find a system that doesn't have a stronghold carrier. Okay, because stronghold carrier can't undermine that. So if you have a system that you can undermine, it's actually even more beneficial because Grom gives you bonus to undermine. But I can rarely find those, so I tend to do acquisition. I never do fortification because I don't like the nerf. So there's a minus 35% nerf on it. I think you still get a bonus and stuff, ethos bonus or some shit. But ethos bonus. So it kind of evens out.
Programming limpet
But I just don't do it because of the nerf. So it bothers me.
Programming limpet drone.
Yeah, I'm actually mining with
Prospector limpet
Hatsumi
failed.
Minako.
Prospector limpet engaged.
She's from Kyoto. I will meet a
Asteroid
Hatsumi
scan
one day.
complete.
Decided, yeah, I'm into the
Prospector limpet
Japanese. I love
engaged.
Japanese girls and people and food
Asteroid
and culture.
scan complete.
Bushido, the way of the samurai. Mining for merits is good. When the player faction took over that station that Suntil Relics was at, that is the most profitable. You can do, with the Caspian Explorer, you can do about 4 runs an hour, or about 60,000 or more merits. Okay? But a player faction took over that station, and we haven't seen 400 drops in forever. You know, we haven't, and like since let's see, now it's June, probably 3 months right now, about 3 months. That's a good one to get merits with. If you do medium intensity power play combat zones in space, that's a good way also. If you don't do your own faction, I think I showed you guys, I go and do other factions, and I kind of do like a battle royale. I just keep going, I keep fighting. I don't like when the actual combat ends. Like when we do the high intensity combat zone, the combat ends. You kill so many people, the points are done, the combat ends. It's like, I don't like that. I like it to keep going. You know? That's my thought on that. Yeah. So this is a good way to do merits. Merit mining. It gives you the packages also, so you get a lot of materials. Odyssey and you get the, you get data in Horizons. You know the Horizon materials? You get data, right? You're gonna get data. Encoded material, they call it encoded, right? The encoded materials, but you don't get data for Odyssey, which is like strange, Like if they had 10 manufacturer instructions in the care package, I think people go nuts for that. You went with Grom, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I chose Grom because he's like balanced. He gives you bonuses for everything, and his bounty bonuses are very high. So that's important. You get like 100%. So that's important to me.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed.
Tonight I was supposed to actually do the
Prospect to limpet engaged.
high intensity, or like the medium intensity power play combat zones
Asteroid
space,
scan
but
complete.
I
Prospect
said
to
no,
limpet
just
engaged.
not in the mood.
Asteroid scan complete.
And I need to do some massive engineering on this account because I want to take Dragster out into the black eventually. I gotta check my suits and weapons and see what I got. I gotta make sure I have everything. I think I have everything I need. I have a lot of suits, a lot of weapons. I like the AR-50, even though it's not that effective. Yathlon is effective, but when you take out the shield, it doesn't work that well either on their body armor. The AR-50 takes out their shields and starts chopping away at the body armor, but the biggest problem is the enforcers. Man, they are bullet sponges. Oh my. If you don't have jump on your suit, you should have jump. Jump helps. You can get out of the way and you can... Though I've died twice trying to jump out of a situation. So... Good, good. Very nice.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. I actually am excited about Operation. Just not too excited about the peer-to-peer. You know, I'm excited about Operations. So I'm gonna say a little prayer the day of Operations. Hopefully God's listening. You know, for everything to work. You know, that we don't have any issues. And all the haters out there start coming in and say, "Oh, I hate this. Oh, Operation sucks." Wanting these new modules to make super ship. I'd like to see SCO drives for the old ships. I would say it's beneficial for Frontier to do that, because then they can actually sell paint jobs and all this stuff. I mean, I have like 3 ship kits for, or more than, I think, no, 3 ship kits for my Python, my old Python. But I don't use my old Python. I don't use it.
Prospector limpet failed.
Yeah, wanting the new modules to make... Yeah, the prismatic shields are important.
Programming limpet drone.
Dude, I learned if you have very good shields, you can do a lot in this game. So,
Asteroid scan complete.
I mean, very good shields. Very, very good shields. It's Platinum 15.
Prospector limpet
Like,
engaged.
I was able to get the shields on the Caspian to 7,000. So, I think that's pretty damn good. And then the prismatics regenerate. Overall, the Caspian is, for me, I prefer to be a Caspian destroyer, not explorer. But it does look good, you know. I like the Caspian the way it looks, especially in chrome. She's just gorgeous in chrome. Oh my god.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Guy online had a killer Python shield and got destroyed in seconds with a grade 5 Kestrel. Yeah, the Kestrel. I bought the ship. I outfitted the ship. I just can't fly the ship. She's too nimble. She's all over the place. I'm not very good with it. Oh, he got killed in the Kestrel. Yeah.
Collector limpet expired. Collector limpet
All right.
expired.
Let's get some collectors
Programming
out there.
limpet drone.
Almost finished.
Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet expired.
Usually I do colonization, mining, or exploration just before I go to bed, and I sleep like a baby.
Collector limpet
I
expired.
sleep like a baby.
Programming limpet drone.
Yeah, but you have those kind of shock cannons on there, so those things are murder, man. I put 4 Imperial hammers
Programming limpet drone.
on the Caspian. It tears things up like you can't believe, man. It really does. It's shock cannons. Oh my god, try the shock cannons. Try the shock cannons. Build something with the shock cannons.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet.
There is a heat issue with the shock cannons, though. You know?
Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed.
Yeah, they're insane, dude. Amazing, actually. There's a heat issue with the shock cannons, though. Whew. I took more damage from the shock cannons than I did from NPCs.
Prospector limpet engaged.
So it was like the hull was just wearing out. I put them on the Mamba. I had 5 shock cannons on the Mamba. I was like 300% heat every time I shot the shock cannons. It was so funny. It was a beautiful thing. The little things make you happy, you know? The little things make you happy. Yeah, you can engineer stuff pretty well, man. It's like engineering is, if you experiment, you can make any ship really work well. So you just have to have all the modules. That's why I really do believe in power play up to that point, you know. And if they don't ever fix the brain trees or the crystalline structures to make it more enjoyable to actually farm, you know, I'll still do the care packages. I'll still do that. But ooh, look at that. 6353 medium. And getting some pretty good rocks.
Asteroid detected.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I agree. That's why I like power play. Not for ranking or for status or for anything else. It's just necessity. What gives you things that you need? Gives you the things you need. Otherwise, I go crazy doing farming.
At maximum capacity.
But the question I put out there is, how many people actually do geological sites? Because you can still farm geological sites for the same thing you farm in brain trees. Okay? So how many people actually do geological sites? See, that's gameplay that's unused. It's just sitting there. Nobody actually does geological sites. There's not even a. I don't even think content creators know what the geological sites are. You know, but they do give you materials like they do at the brain trees and the crystalline structures. And you can then sometimes you can scan because there are some plant forms, plant life there. Right, exactly. Not many people do that. I went to a system. I scanned a system the other day, and it had like 10 planets that had geological sites on it. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, how many people actually do that? You'd have to go in SRV. You have to shoot the structure. You have to shoot the rock, and it turns into antimony or selenium or whatever. Right? So I actually wrote FDev at suggestions, and I said, if we can get out of our SRV and start shooting around in those rocks, it's more fun. We're jumping around from rock to rock and collecting. We're collecting on the ground, you know. So, but how many people do the geological sites? It's just they create content that's never used. And the care packages takes care of the brain tree issue. You don't have to, I don't have to do brain trees. So I would do the brain trees if I can jump up and down on the brain trees and start shooting shit like we did with the Radiator Unica. You know? Because that would be fun. That would actually be fun to jump around, shoot the things, do target practice. Where else can you do target practice? Unless you want to go raid a settlement and start killing people. It changes the gameplay. So the Radiator Unica was great because people got to shoot the eggs, collect the eggs. It went into their backpack. It went into their inventory. Right? It was fun. It was so much fun. And how many days was that finished? How many days was that finished? The community goal. It was like in 4 days it was finished. People were having fun with that, and that's why it was finished so fast. I was like, this is. I said to everybody. I came on and said, guys, go on the Radiator, go get it done because it's gonna be finished fast. And then I was right. It was finished in 4 days. Yeah, it was fun. But it's the same thing as the brain trees. We can jump around and do target practice on brain trees. So that would be fun. That would definitely be fun. Crystalline structures, right? You still use your SRV. You gotta go out to the brain trees, right? Or you go run around from brain tree cluster to another brain tree cluster. So right now, officially, the Nomad is the only ship in the game, the only vessel, the only vehicle that does not have a cargo scoop. It does not have a cargo scoop.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
So why they did that, I don't know. Have no clue. Why would you not put a cargo scoop on a ship? Or a vehicle? Because you don't want people collecting with the ship. You don't want people collecting with the ship. So why don't they want us collecting with the ship? I'm gonna get it for science. I got 60,000 plus merit arcs, whatever. I'm gonna get the, because I want to go and explore with Dragster to get the Elite 5 on exploration and exobiology. So if I do that, I need to have something that looks nice, you know? Yeah, but fighters are fighters. They're not meant to land on surfaces. But the SRVs, they have cargo scoops, right? The ships have cargo scoops. The fighters are just support ships. They're not meant to have cargo scoops. And you're not using fighters on a daily basis to fly around in. You'll be using this ship a lot to fly around in.
Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet expired.
I probably will not use the scanner because I can see stuff already. I'm like your eyes form after a while, so
Asteroid scan complete.
I probably will not use the scanner.
Programming limpet drone.
But I'm gonna do a lot of biological,
Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone.
right? So I can get my Elite 5 on it. I neglected the exobiology and the exploration. You know, I'm still gonna do the ground combat, but I figured you can do the ground combat from anywhere in space, right? Because they say you can actually join an operations from anywhere. So I don't know how they will do that. How do they do that? That's a mystery. Guardian technology. So all those questions will be answered when this thing comes out. Let's see. We'll see. I do like the fact I've seen it land, and one of the, I forgot the commander, but one of the partners landed sideways on a mountain, like in a rough patch of area. He just landed, boom, done. So he did do that. I mean, you can land with a Kestrel, an Adder, a Mach 5 Cobra, Diamondback Explorer. You can land anywhere, dude. You can land anywhere. Yeah. You can land anywhere with those ships. I don't really need a dedicated exploration shuttle to land. But I'm doing it for science. I'm gonna actually get the kit and all that. I like the interiors, the way it looks. It looks nice. So why not? Just do it. Dude, you'll be able to finish in 3-4 days. You can do power play pretty fast. Seriously. Just do a little bit every day. Don't get excessive. Like you see me, I talk a lot and I'm doing the stream, so that's why it's taking me longer. But if I was just by myself and mining, I'd be finished by now. But about 2 or 3 turns a day, and in 5 or 6 days, you got yourself 100 ranks. So it's not that difficult. Don't go crazy, don't do excessive, then you get burned out. Yeah. If you like combat, then find a system that's in conflict where Grom is, and you'll find other power play factions there. Don't do Grom, do the other ones. Do join, let's say, Iceland against Archer, and you can do continuous combat. Continuous combat. I actually did a stream on that. I just figured out what I was doing too, because they're fighting each other, right? They bring their shields down, they bring their hull down, so I was just one hit shot shooting them, and one shot killing them, one shot kill. So it was easier that way. And I said, oh, this is a good learning thing. I can actually I should make a video on this, because it actually helps you kill them when they're fighting each other, right? But you need a strong ship. You need a tank. You need a tank.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect limpet failed. Programming limpet drone. Prospect limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
Again, what are you going to be using the Nomad for? I'm asking the community. I'm asking you. You guys play the game. You have an idea what you want to use it for, or are you waiting for us to kind of like play around with the Nomad and see what we're going to use it for? So what are you going to use the Nomad for? Leave a comment. I would love to know. I only see it being used for one thing right now, but I had the same ideology when it came to the Kestrel, because it couldn't land on surfaces too well. But then I took it out for Suntil runs. Then I did colonization, hauling with it, taxiing to Colonia. So I did a lot more with it. And eventually I said, okay, this is an all-round great ship. Okay? So what you're going to use it for? So Vlad, what is your idea? And that's why I asked, like, what are people going to use it for? I was hoping it can go faster than 900. I'm still waiting for them to replace the Viper Mach 3 as the fastest ship in the game. But maybe I'll probably keep waiting for the rest of my life. But anyway, what are you going to be using it for? So this way, when I go out, I said, well, I'm going to listen to Pazuzu. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Or I'm going to listen to Vlad. I'm going to do this. So, because I only have one purpose for it right now.
Cargo hold at
Until I see somebody else. Like, for instance, I saw the reason I made the Caspian, a destroyer, is I saw Rain Man outfitting it, making it a tank, and I said, "Damn, that's a great idea." Canyon dogfights. Ooh. But the ship is a wet noodle. It doesn't really have any kind of fighting ability. Now it does have a data link scanner. One has a composition scanner. I don't know. Has anyone ever used those before? I've used them, but very rarely. So I don't know. I'm perplexed, but I'll see what the other partners are using it for. You know, I'll see what the other partners are using it for and figure something out with it. But I'm not being facetious. I'm not being sarcastic. I actually did put that question out there, and that's when I say "Where's the beef?" It's more like a rhetorical question, trying to find out what the community is going to use it for. Like, what ideas are out there, you know? So that's just my thinking. That's why I asked the question that I asked. So, canyon dogfights. Also curious how it handles without flight assist. That's a good question, Pazuzu. That's a very good question. I don't do very well without flight assist. Because I'm mouse and keyboard. I don't have POTUS or anything like that.
Maximum capacity.
I don't know. They didn't say anything about the scan. You know, when you scan something, you die. If you die, you lose the scan. So that's like an oxymoron. You know, catch 22. You got to stay alive. You can't blow up your ship, because if you die, you lose your scan. So, exobiology, mostly exobiology. Okay. Alright, we'll finish. Let's move on.
Limpet drone error. Deploy cargo hatch. Cargo scoop retracted. Collector limpet expired. Prospector limpet failed. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, let's see what the other partners are doing, but I don't see landing. Landing looks pretty decent. I mean, they were able. This one partner was able to land in locations where I probably would have a hard time with a couple of the ships, even small ships. So landing is better. But right now, is it just a cosmetics thing? It's just completing the Caspian Explorer because it was flawed from the beginning because of the landing gear. Is it fixing that issue, or what is it about this ship? What are we missing? What's the secret? What are we missing?
4, 3,
What are we missing?
1. Engage.
So we shall see. Yeah, that would be great, Diamond. That would actually be fantastic. So, but it looks like where the cargo scoop is, there's a hatch to the cargo area, So that might be a mod in the future that we're gonna have to purchase for arcs or something. I think. Also, we're still waiting for the second ship. I don't know what the I keep saying this, that we're supposed to have 2 ships this June. There's supposed to be 2. So I'm wondering if we can get to buy the Forerunner, the Runner, or is that just exclusive frontline ship? Because we don't have a second ship. Is that ours? It's a smaller fleet carrier, probably cheaper, so a new player can actually afford that, you know? Yeah, maybe. I might have a giveaway though. I was thinking about it, like a 7 billion credit giveaway so people can buy a fleet carrier. I was thinking about like a treasure hunt, a 4-part treasure hunt for the 7 billion credit giveaway. But I don't know how to give that money to someone. I wouldn't even know how to do that. If they're in my squadron, I can give it away, but I think somebody got banned because of that last time. It was 20 billion giveaway. Meccan gave away 20 billion and that player got banned. Anyway. Nah. It's a treasure hunt. You just collect things from here and there, and you have to do it in a certain time period. So, the first place, second place, third place, and then you have to. And I give points. I'll make it like point wise, 10 points, 5 points, whatever. So you win by getting points. So kind of like a treasure hunt. So do a treasure hunt, and then at the end they get the 7 billion. I told you I got too many credits. So.
Lakon, Hotel Alpha Tango. We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all stations
Treasure hunt.
are at your
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Because this channel will hit 300 episodes very shortly. We got about 1800
access granted. Cleared for landing on pad 4-5.
subscribers. Yeah, I know the runner's not a ship we can control, but we're promised a second ship in June, so where is it? Unless this is the big surprise. Big surprise. Big surprise on the 30th. I'm kind of like, kind of like a little bit disappointed, so I'm hoping that there is a big surprise on the 30th.
Landing gear deployed. Hull integrity compromised.
All right. Yeah, I know, but what if we can buy it? Actually, that would be a very good ship for brand new players.
Are at your disposal.
Fleet carrier, smaller fleet carrier, They can fit 4 ships in there and 5 ships, 6 ships. Even if they release a second ship at the end of July, it could count as summer. They said June. So did they say summer or they said June? Looking at the timetable. The numbers went down again. Okay, so that gave us
Incoming message.
50,312. Another 7 ranks. Another 7 care packages. That's a beautiful thing. Oh wait, let's sell the excess. So that gives us rank 260. That's pretty good for today. And 1079. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for me. I hope we had a good conversation, and I hope you guys learned. So I hope you're doing merit mining. Get level 100. Get the materials you need. Make sure you engineer your stuff. I'll be running a lot of operations. So, if you want to join, you're welcome to join. Please join and have some fun. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you guys have a really nice day and happy life. Anyway, 07, fly dangerously, stay frosty. Have a great day. Bye-bye, guys.